Hi, I'm Trisha Jones, a Health and Wellness Navigator here at Hillside Village and Prospect Woodward Health Center in Keene, New Hampshire. And I've joined this great group in February of 2019. It was a startup and was a great opportunity. I've had a long and varied career already in nursing. I've worked in the OR, I've worked in physical rehab, I've worked in maternity and med-surg, school nursing, allergy, neurology, and many things. I've done some trips across the ocean and been to Africa to help medical missions, and I am delighted to be here to bring all of my skill set and experience to the residents of Hillside Village. It's been a great coupling. I feel like it's a great benefit to the residents here, and later on I will tell you how it's benefiting me personally. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about my relationship with the residents here at Hillside Village and Prospect Woodward. I'm in a unique position because most often the residents are in our independent living. They come, there's 140 units there, and so I get to know them pretty closely. I kind of hover over them, seeing what their needs are, connect them to resources in and out of the community, and get to really form a good basis of a relationship. And then inevitably the time comes where the services are needed here at Prospect Woodward, either by permanent move here, a respite need, or say potentially after a surgical procedure they're not really ready to go home yet to their apartment, so they could come here and get bolstered. And the beauty of my getting to know them is that they will come here and I will help with the transition for them to be able to make it smoothly. I will inform staff here who will be receiving them into their care, letting them know, basically who this is in their entirety, and also what their needs are, how they function, and that really makes for a very smooth transition here. So it's a very beneficial role that I'm in for the sake of the residents. So I've had many interactions with the folks here at Hillside Village, the residents, both in independent living and at the Prospect Woodward Health Center. When I first came, we were just the independent living, and it was quite a number of months before the Prospect Woodward Health Center opened up. So I had the honor and the good fortune of meeting folks on the other side of the street and getting to know them pretty intimately, because there was a small number. And so some of my stories, my best stories come from that. We had one of our residents who made the choice to come to Hillside Village, and unfortunately right after she came, it became clear that she had more struggles than first were known, and just with the moving process it probably triggered some things for her. And there was a lot of having to really hover over her, which is the word I used earlier, and she just had a great sense of humor. She was very witty, highly educated woman, and so we bantered a lot while I was doing my job. And there's a book that I have read much later in my life, but it's really a young person's book. It's called A Wrinkle in Time. And in that book there's 3 characters in there, Mrs. What, Mrs. Which, and Mrs. Who's It. And she and another resident who was close behind her and needs to come to the Prospect Woodward Health Center, I determined right from the get-go that I had come on the scene too late, and if I had been born a little earlier, that I would have finished that triad of the 3 of us, the 2 residents and myself. And the wonderful part about it for me is I did have to transition them into the Prospect Woodward, and to my delight I get to see them almost on a daily basis to see how they're doing and continue that interaction with them here at the Prospect Woodward Health Center. So that's a great story. I have many more. It's really a pleasure for me. I spoke earlier about it being a good service and benefit for the residents, but for me personally, interacting with all of these beautiful folks that arrive here on our doorstep, both Independent and Prospect Woodward, has been the delight of a long career culminating. So just really, it's a two-way benefit. So if I had to pick one reason that I would offer you as the one to pick Hillside Village and Prospect Woodward, it would be the staff. I have worked in a lot of places across the country in many venues, and I'm here to tell you that the staff is exceptional in so many ways. They are highly skilled, they are good-hearted, they are compassionate, and they are so willing to do whatever is necessary to meet your needs on a daily basis. It seems to be unwavering, and to me that is something one can count on here at Hillside Village.